Let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
If you've ever read the book Rich Dad Poor Dad, I feel like it's a good representation of kind of what I was brought up in. I was raised in a split family. My mom and dad divorced when I was 2, and lived with my mom. That's what brought me to the Kansas City area. My dad's side of the family is very wealthy, very business-minded, and you know, I got to visit my dad's family once a year. So in the summertime, I would get to go visit him. So I got to see kind of both sides of, you know, I feel like I got to deal with the struggles of not having money growing up, and then also get to see what was available to me if I worked hard and, you know, really set myself up financially. And I guess I just really didn't have a lot of like positive role models in my life. There was a lot of like negative mentality, a victim mentality, and you know, I was raised through that. So that was something later on that I had to work through in life. But I guess just I had a fairly normal childhood. You know, I didn't have a lot of the amenities and advantages a lot of people had. But you know, I would say for the most part, I lived a fairly normal childhood. I was pretty good at all sports. I played 3-4 sports a year, and I always got like the weird awards, like the Hustle Award, Defensive Player of the Year. I got a couple team MVP awards and stuff like that. But I think what drew me to MMA is like if you're B- everywhere, that makes you an A-level fighter if you can do everything. And I think that's what got me attracted to MMA. Is I really enjoyed that part of it, and I enjoyed like the I guess the primitive ending of it. You know, if we go back and forth saying I'm faster than you, you're stronger than me, my girlfriend's harder than yours, I drive a nicer car, and then whenever you end that, it ends with I can beat you up. Like you can't go backwards with that. Like if I say I can beat you up, you say, well, I have more money than you. Yeah, I can still beat you up. That's the end of the line. So there's something about that kind of intrigued me, you know, and I think just the becoming the ultimate version of yourself, if you will. I wrestled with in high school. When I say wrestle, I really didn't wrestle. I did like 2 half seasons. He was way better than me. So we rode the same bus to school, and he convinced me to come try it out. I showed up one day, and I really fell in love with it. It was a place called House of Pain. It was in a garage, a bigger version of a garage, I guess. Had 40 different wrestling mats taped together, and we had a cage because they threw promotion. So basically what their niche was is they would get guys to come in and fight for them. So after I started training, 2 weeks later, I had my first fight.
Was that the WHISKY TANGO?
Yeah. Yeah, so the WHISKY TANGO fights were, at the time, I guess would have been like the UFC of the local level. You know, when we first started out, and this is probably 2005, 2006, they were putting in 4,000 people a month, literally 4,000 people a month, doing great cards. The way to describe this place is, I'm guessing it's probably like 40 or 50,000 square feet. It's this massive place, maybe even bigger than that. And it's a country bar, dance floor in the middle where they put the cage, 2 bars on both sides, and there's still smoking in there. Like when you're fighting in the back, you're warming up next to the guy you're fighting. It was just really like a low level in terms of organization with the fight. You know, it was definitely on the lower level, but it was where everybody wanted to fight because so many people were there.
From the red corner, weighing in at 153 pounds, from Odessa, Missouri, make some noise for James Krause.
When I fought Michael Johnson, Kansas City and Springfield, where Michael's from, Kansas City where I'm from, kind of had this little feud, you know, and we were going back and forth. And at the time, Zach Cummings was on the Springfield squad. You know, he had a feud with a guy named Rudy Bears here. And then when I say feud, it's like Kansas City's best versus Springfield's best. And Michael and I just so happened to be the best lightweights in the area. So we ended up fighting because Kansas City's a little bit bigger. They came to Kansas City, you know, for more ticket sales or whatever. But for whatever reason, I go to Springfield, and to this day, I've been fighting for almost 15 years. To this day, Springfield, Missouri, during the Michael Johnson fight, is the toughest crowd that I've ever fought in front of. Like, whenever I walked out to fight him, it was the things these people were calling me. I mean, I was getting like death threats on the way, like, and stuff I probably shouldn't say on camera. But you know, we were a couple kids that were just loving what we were doing, loving the sport. He was really good. And well, when I say really good, we both sucked, to be honest with you. We were both terrible comparatively speaking, but we were the best in the area at the time, but neither one of us were as, you know, near as where we are today. But you know, there was a lot of buildup and a lot of animosity in that fight. So it was definitely one of those fights that, you know, I remember really well.
Talk a little bit about James Krause. Did you have a chance to talk to him after the fight yet? And
I did.
Just your thoughts and how that conversation went.
So he was super upset. He felt like he could have won that fight. And I said, you know what, kid, it doesn't matter. You're such a stud. I have so much respect for the fact that you came here to corner and you took this fight, weight class up, didn't train, you know, all those other. I said, but let's never do this again. I'm gonna write him a nice check, and you know, and he won fight of the night. So financially, it worked out for him. But did you guys see him tonight? I mean, he's lumped up and he was in a dog fight. And I was saying, the end of the second round, when he was getting up off the canvas at the end of the second round, I said, I bet he wishes he was cornering right now. But I got nothing but respect for him, man.